Which charter did you prefer? Which was better, the sailing yacht or OG?
Oh, hands down sailing.
Wow. Was it because Captain Lee was on the other one? He's pretty annoying.
Joining us today from parts unknown, a beautiful couple, none other than Bryan and Rob of episode whatever it was from Below Deck Sailing Yacht. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for joining us.
Our pleasure.
So today's going to be really easy. We're just going to ask you down to the dollar amount, how much the charter cost, and some other questions. But Pat usually starts things off.
Yeah, it's a very important question. Dylan always mocks me for it, but the audience is fascinated by it. Now, you guys have done 2 stints on Below Deck. So Bryan has.
I've only one.
You, and that's Rob. Okay.
Now,
Yes.
Can I quickly say,
Yeah.
were it not for an accidental order of this pink thermos, I would have been completely fucked today. I didn't know about this.
That we were all going to dress in pink?
No. How could I not have gotten the memo? I mean, we're in constant communication. I'm very upset about this. God damn it.
It seems
Pat.
deliberate.
Yeah, it's not. It does seem deliberate.
How'd you end up on the show, Bryan?
Pretty easy. You know, you just charter a yacht and then presto. They say, you mind being on camera? I'm like, well, I am fabulous, so why wouldn't I mind being on camera? Yeah, cameras roll. Put me on.
Okay, so you're chartering and I'm kind of half kidding about getting to the dollar amount of the charter, but we're very confused about when people book these yachts. There has to be financing, you know, a benefit to you because they have video villages in your bathroom and stuff like that.
You're mic'd up constantly.
The people who work these boats are there for, you know, entertainment. They're there for service too, but they're often wholly incompetent. So is there a big...
How much did you actually pay? It was a $30,000 tip. How much did you guys actually pay for this charter?
You know, they like to say there is a discount given for the charter. I'm trying to do the math to really see if there is, because keep in mind, when you charter a yacht, it's for 6 nights, 7 days. That's usually what you do. So when you charter the Parsifal, you go on, it's 6 nights, 7 days. During the high season, you know, the prices are in euros. And so you charter the yacht and, you know, anywhere from 225,000, 235,000 euros. But that's for all 6 nights. So keep in mind, we only get to be on for 2. So there is a proration for that. And then, you know, next week's charter is 2. So there's a proration for them. So presto.
Yeah.
It just kind of out that we only have 2 nights to worry with, not all 7 to come up with. So
Gotcha.
It really is affordable. It's not horrible.
Yeah.
It's like 10 grand a day per person, right?
I guess roughly, yeah. But
That would not be unfair.
Yeah.
So
And then the tip.
this particular breed of yacht makes me sick just because of the cramped quarters, and the healing looks, I mean, for the interior, it looks absolutely horrible. I'm sure it's nice up top, but do you guys charter yachts often? What yacht voyage was this? What number vacation?
I have been doing this since 1989. I guess now the world knows my age. So I will have
Holy
to
shit.
When you were 7 years old.
Bryan, you look great.
You look fantastic.
What hair dye do you use? Because I need to buy some. Jesus.
Well, is that insulting? It could be completely natural.
He basically just said he's in his 60s and he's got perfectly colored hair and it looks
gorgeous
real.
stuff. Gorgeous stuff.
that old.
But so what is it about these vacations? Is the below deck quality of service a chasm beneath the service that you're usually accustomed to when you go on these yachts? Because it just does not seem like money well spent, having watched the show for years and years and years.
I would say it's money well spent. I feel they really are, crew you'll run into when chartering yachts for sure. They definitely, have a casting and get people on, I'm sure, that have been briefly in the business and then disappear just as quickly. But that's true of this service industry. It's grueling for them, for sure.
But I think also our charter, the service was exceptional.
Exceptional.
I mean, we saw other charters this season where the service didn't seem as exceptional. But in our personal experience, our hands were never without a drink. We didn't crash into any glass doors, so we don't know about that. But they were just 100% there for us. And, Gary and Chase were showing us how to use the water toys. That doesn't get shown because it's not very exciting. But I mean, they were just amazingly attentive, every single person.
Yeah.
Now you guys had the advantage of the crew, the guests prior to you coming on the boat. You mentioned Tim, who slammed his face into the glass door and had to wait for 15 minutes for someone to attend to him.
Yeah.
You guys, they had been coached up to actually kind of set them back in line again. So you guys were placed perfectly in the zone of sea rats being on their best behavior.
You guys came right after a paying guest headbutted a door and then waited for a quarter of an hour bleeding. So really good stroke of luck. All right, you guys.
Can we get to some listener questions? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I was going to say, it's a stroke of luck, but too, in advance, I provide the information I require.
Okay. Can we talk about that? Because we loved that you did that. Obviously, you, on the page, sound like you're going to be a monster. That was not the case at all. You just laid out exactly what you wanted. With Below Deck, you see these preference sheets and you're like, okay, this is going to be a demanding one. But you're paying so much money. We talk about doing whatever we want on these boats were we to charter them. I think it's beautiful that you just laid out everything in 3 pages. This is what we want. Please do it.
Perfectly polite. And you fooled us. Campbell Alvey asks the same question Dylan is why did production make you and your friends look so particularly demanding? But I guess it is simply in the preference sheet via the preference sheet, but when you were actually delightful and lovely.
We were demanding, and I don't think that it's fair not to be demanding up front and let them know what we expect and then be mad when our expectations aren't met.
Right.
So I think the only fair approach toward the crew and to get what we're paying for is to let them know exactly what we want.
Yeah, because in the past we've had people come on the boat who have been rather vague, just saying they love protein. And then they get on the boat and start screaming about where the scampi is. And they didn't say anything about scampi.
And why did you serve me chicken? I heard that.
Guys, I was totally expecting the type of behavior where you're going to insist upon 2 separate meals being prepared, one where you drink one entirely through a straw like that maniac last year. And it just, you guys were awesome. Your fans love you, by the way. Question from Caroline Keegans. Did production tell you to order a 10-course meal, or did you do that yourself?
Oh, no, they didn't tell us.
No, I do that myself. I'm a foodie, so maybe more of a gastronome even. So that's what I do for vacations is I travel around to go to my favorite restaurants or what I read about as being favorite. So it's, to me, how I enjoy and unwind and relax is with a long meal. It's not for everyone. If you don't want to sit at a table for 4 or 5 hours, then fine. It is my way of enjoying myself. So that's something I ask for. It's not a demand.
What's the most courses you've ever sat through?
We had 12 in Rome.
12, I would say, is about the limit. I mean, keep in mind, these are small bites, so the average person would say this isn't enough, but it's over a long period of time.
It's a tasting menu.
Well, but you still get stuffed at the end of this. I mean, you get 12 plates of food. You're like, don't bring me anything else. Please, God.
Yes.
All right, so this is an important question, and I need an answer. You can't defer this, Brian. These are the rules of the podcast. Stacey Nolan, Jen McElfroy.
Watch what happens live. Can I plead the fifth? Come on
You
now.
can't plead the fifth. Better chef, Chef Rachel or Chef Alicia? You have to pick one. You cannot be. You can't play politics here.
I mean, I absolutely adore Chef Alicia. I adore her food, and I adore her as a person. I loved Rachel. I can't say anything bad about her food. She's an excellent chef.
Yeah.
So, and they're nothing but sweet to us. We don't see the tantrums and the yelling until we actually watch the show. So,
answer the damn question, Brian.
Chef Rachel, I did answer the question.
No,
Very
very so
political. I love Alicia, Chef Alicia. They are happy.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
I feel like Andy Cohen having to pull teeth here.
Really?
Which of your children you love more?
Yeah. It was a king.
Different.
That was a King Solomon thing, and you just nailed it. Alicia did such a good job with you guys, despite the horrendous placement of the sorbet. It came far too late in the meal. It was not a palate cleanser at all. It was more like a amuse-bouche for the dessert. Anyways, go ahead, Pat.
It was a pre-dessert. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Free dessert.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is still getting in line with your 2 charter experience. Tammy Laster wants to know, which charter did you prefer? Which was better, the sailing yacht or OG?
Oh, hands down sailing.
Wow. Was it because Captain Lee was on the other one? He's pretty annoying.
Well, we love Captain Glenn.
Yeah.
We
just love Glenn. So
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like an old angry guy walking around the boat yelling at people?
Do you guys have a rapport?
Curmudgeonly would be the word for it.
Okay.
Salty sea captain. That fits his.
Yeah, it's a sea dog.
Yeah.
Are you guys aware that Glenn is a criminal?
Do tell now.
It's theoretical, but kind of not. When your intuition is speaking so loudly that it's almost fact. He kills women of the night in various countries that he sails around.
We're fairly confident that he's such a nice guy that he needs to kind of, get the tension on
Get
his
his
body.
yayas out by spilling blood. Anyways, what's the next question?
I wish you guys would have warned us about that beforehand. We would have made sure Wick didn't wear such sexy shoes.
Yeah.
Sarah Becker wants to know, who's your favorite crew member?
From this.
I think you can name it from both boats. Yeah.
These are tough questions these fans are throwing
look, we don't have Peyton, our PR person, pulling us down, telling us we can't ask production questions.
Yeah.
So we're enjoying this.
For me, and I'm just buying Brian time to think about it, I think for me, we interacted the most with Daisy. Because sometimes it was Daisy and Mads, and sometimes it was Daisy and Lucy, but it was almost always Daisy. So I really felt a bond with her. And I would say secondarily with the other 2 stews, just because their attention was so personalized to us. So if I had to pick one person who made the most impact on me, it would be Daisy, because that's who I saw the most. And frankly, I walked into the experience with stars in my eyes for Daisy anyway.
Got it.
Question, could you guys sense any tension between Gary, Daisy, and Colin? Was any of that above deck?
Really keep their lives separate from ours. Remember, the show's called Below Deck, and it's all below there. I have no reason to go down to their quarters or hang out there.
You went to the galley.
I did go to the galley. I wanted to see Alicia and see what she was working with.
Yeah. Not much.
No, it's so small.
But a larger galley than some, boats that are even larger than that. Yeah. She had a good space to work in.
Let me jump in and just talk about overall production interference. How aware are you guys that you're on a television show? Are there any suggestions being made? Is it kind of, I don't know, are you annoyed by it at this point?
Well, we sign up for it in advance, so we kind of know what to expect. So we can't really say we're annoyed by it. But how can you not know when there's cameras around you?
Right.
Or you're wearing a microphone. You feel these things, know it. So
I forgot about my microphone several times.
You did, until you slam it against your chest with your hand. And the poor person listening hears thud.
A member of production pointed out to me that when I'm saying something that I want to have recorded, putting my hand over the microphone, because we wore them here, didn't silence the microphone. It just let the camera people know that I was going to say something juicy.
How's it work? Do you wake up in the morning and then immediately a segment producer runs up to you and snaps a mic on you? Is that how that works?
the minute we open the door because there's a camera outside the room to see us.
Yeah, the creepy cam.
Yeah, there's no camera inside our cabin. So when we come out of the cabin in the morning, we wave to the camera that's in the hall.
Yeah.
And they come and pick us up.
Right.
So we interact with any of the other people on the boat until we're mic'd.
And then production-wise...
At all. I mean, they have their own rooms. They're away from us. We're here for a vacation.
Yeah.
So it's pretty unobtrusive considering what is happening around.
Yeah.
All right, because we're a classy podcast, but this is a trope on the show Below Deck. Were you guys fans, by the way, of the series? Clearly, right?
Oh, I'm a fan for sure.
Brian's a big fan of the series. I wasn't a fan of the series until we started talking about going on the series. I'd never really seen it, but as soon as we started doing that, we watched them all.
So you started from season 1 where the Johnny Eyelash got kicked off because he was doing booger sugar on the boat. That was an amazing pilot.
Yeah.
We're recapping that now. We've taken a break because Below Deck decided to ruin Dylan and I's lives. And, release 2 episodes a week, but we're going to go back to season 1 recapping. All right, so here's the question. You must answer this, Rob and Brian.
I feel very uncomfortable with the...
Fuck, marry, kill. Okay. Chase, Gary, Alex. I know who I'd have sex with.
Oh, I've got that under wraps.
Okay.
Yeah. So, definitely fuck Alex.
Oh, yeah.
Because, come on, right?
Yeah.
Chase is like 100% lovable goofball. So definitely marry Chase. Neither fuck nor marry Gary.
You gotta kill Gary.
You killed him.
He drinks too much and he smokes too much. Who wants to lay next to that every night? You have to kill him. He's a drunk.
I think I would assume, Brian, yours is the same. I think that's the correct answer.
Mine's a little different.
Okay.
I would definitely say probably
Go for it.
F Chase.
Yeah.
And probably, kill Gary and Alex with one arrow. And marry Rob.
Love that.
Yeah.
That's such a beautiful political answer. Can I really quickly say, I don't think Chase is getting enough heat. I mean, you see him in that Speedo when he comes out to help you guys on it. I mean, he's got a unit in more ways than one on him. He's just a stunning human being. I don't know why he is a sexual pariah aboard the vessel, but very, very handsome kid.
I think he comes off a little desperate, but go ahead.
I know that Lucy said early on she isn't into American guys.
Yeah.
So that takes Chase off of Lucy's table. Mads was a little distracted.
Yes. And Daisy
Alicia has a boyfriend.
And Daisy has several.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
Bonnie didn't have an excuse, though. Bonnie did not have an
Blackout
excuse.
Bonnie. All right. Sean Bergen asked.
Can I really quickly, public service announcement to our fans? When we post things on Instagram, please don't be mean to... I mean, you can say whatever you want. It's a free country and the internet is a disgusting place. But we posted a thing where we were rather mean to Bonnie, calling her a drunk. And then we have people calling her a gargoyle in the comments. These people see these things. It's very mean. Just try to keep it classy in the comments, okay? We're mean enough. God damn it.
Yeah. As Dylan, you always say, it takes a lot of bravery to criticize people.
It takes a lot of courage to make fun of people.
Okay. Yeah. So Sean Bergen asked a great question. Were you guys, I guess, tipped off that at any given moment, Parsnip's engine could fucking shit out on you and kill all of you?
No, we had no clue. Our only concern getting on the boat was whether we would have enough wind to sail or not. Mm-hmm. We didn't know that not leaving the dock was ever really an option.
Yeah.
And we would have left the job because I would have said, honeys, get your oars out and start rowing to find that wind.
Yeah. Hey, I feel like I'm bonding with Rob and Brian. Hey, can you take Dylan and I on the next one? We'll chip in. We want to be on your next. If they hit you guys up, say, we got some friends. We can have a good time with you. All right? Just think about it.
Fan. You have to be able to pop a fan.
Oh.
No, they're going to know you're an imposter.
I have extremely dexterous wrists. I can.
Oh, good to know.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I think I could have a good time with these two.
Oh yeah, no, I think we'd have a great time. Listen, we're great company, but we have spoken to these gentlemen for far too long at this point. I think we got to wrap things up and let them get onto their day.
I think we got most of our questions. You have a very mean listener, Vicky Stebble, wanted to know. Gary comes off very skeezy on TV. Did he have a bad smell or dirty hair or odor while you were working?
Oh my God.
I don't think so.
No. So the thing is, we were prepared. I'll be candid. We came on the boat being prepared not to like Gary because we'd seen him in previous seasons, and I have 2 daughters, and it changes the way you approach behavior like that.
Yeah,
and we were prepared, not to hate him, but not to like him as much. Gary is charming.
Yeah,
Gary is so charismatic and so charming that within a few minutes, he and I were looking at each other going, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
He's got a little charm.
You over.
I mean, he's so comfortable in his own skin.
I know. It's like he's like a siren.
All right,
fine. So, yeah, it didn't smell funny.
His hair looks great in person. When I watched it on TV, I'm like, oh my God, it does look greasy and awful, but in person, it always looked fabulous. So I don't quite know where that footage came from.
One quick question. Who wore it better, Chase or Gary? I think I know the answer to that.
Yeah, I think you do.
Yeah.
All right, final question. Will you guys be frequenting this show once again in another season? Because I know how production works.
The
fans
so.
love you. Will you guys be back on Below Deck, and will you invite Dylan and I as your guests?
We need the fans to support it. Yeah, we'd love to be back.
Yeah, we'd love to be back on.
But
amazing.
As you know, it's extremely rare to get invited back to do another one.
Well, we hope that we see you guys again, and we're really excited to go on vacation with you. It's really sweet that you guys have invited us. We're not worthy. We can't thank you guys enough for your time. We hope you have a lovely weekend. Happy 4th of July.
Anything you guys want to plug? Instagram? Anything?
No, I mean, people can find us.
Find us.
You guys
find
were
us.
absolute delight.
Bravo know that we'll go on again.
Yeah, petition for Bryan and Rob to come back. You guys were lovely on the show and on the podcast. Thank you very much.
Real fun, guys. Thanks for doing this.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Thank you.